Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Safdar and you are watching Code Gallery. We are back with the another tutorial of how to. In this tutorial we are going to see how you can define your application layout in Angular 10 project using Angular material. So without any further delay, let's get started. So basically we are using Angular material in this project to design our application. So that is the only tool we require, and prerequisite should be installed on your system. So like Angular CLI should already install on your system, Node.js and VS Code editor. So we are going to use VS Code editor in this tutorial. So what is the layout? Actually layout is gives a particular structure to your application, how you are going to present the content to the user. So your layout should be simple and self-explanatory to the end user. So end user will get all the menus structure or the content easily on your application. So actually layout plays very important role in every application. So you need to design the layout with this keep in your mind that it should be simple and reusable on all the browsers. So let's get started with the practical demonstration. For that I'm going to open the Node command prompt on my system. So you can see I have opened my command prompt here. So I'm going to create a new project using ng new and the project name. So I have pressed the enter command here. So it will take some time, and this command will ask some couple of the question to us. So whether we need to include the routing and what type of stylings we need to include. So the first question is that what type do we need routing in our project. So I am defining yes, and what type of style sheet we want to use. So I am just pressing the CSS right now, and it will install all the dependencies for us. So it will take some time. So you can see here our project is created successfully. Now we need to navigate to that project. So I'm going to navigate to the project. First let me clear the screen. Now we need to go to that project. So I'm going to that project. Now we need to install the Angular material in this project. So for that I'm quickly going to the official site of that Angular material. So you can see here it is a Angular material official site. Here in guides you can see getting started. Now getting started, this documentation will help us to configure the Angular material into our project. For that we need to run one Angular CLI command ng add angular/material. So I am just copying that command and pasting this command here into our project, and I am hitting the enter button. So again this command will ask a couple of the question to configure the Angular material into our project. So it will take some time. You can see it installing the package. So you can see Angular material asking us some of the question to configure that library into our project. So first question is related to what is the pre-built theme we want to use. So we are going to use Indigo Pink. So I am pressing enter here. Now second thing, whether we want to use Angular material typography style. So I am pressing yes, and it is showing us do we want to set up a browser animation for Angular material. So we are saying yes, and now it is installing the packages and will update our project according to our selection. It will again take some time based on your bandwidth or internet connection. So with that our Angular material also installed. So I'm just opening that project into the VS Code editor. So I'm calling a command code space dot and enter. So it will open the project into VS Code editor. So you can see here we have opened the Visual Studio Code and our project is open here. So quickly I'm going to just running the project to see everything is working or not. I'm passing the command ng serve. I'm using abbreviation S here and pressing the enter key. So by default it will run our code onto port 4200. So first time if you are running this command, you will see that it will going to load the project onto port 4200. So you can see project is compiling right now. Now you can see our build is successfully built, and you can see here it is hosted on port localhost 4200. So for that I'm going to open the 4200 into the browser right now. So I'm going to open the port 4200 localhost 4200. So let's see what we can see here. So it is taking some now you can see that the default content of our Angular application present here, but we need to clear all the default code. So for that I'm just going to app.html and delete all the things here, default code from the app.html. So with that I'm saving the project, go back to the browser, all the content will be gone here right now, so we are good to go. So currently I'm stopping the project which is running here. So Control C will be the command to stop the project, and I'm pressing yes. So I have stopped because everything is working fine here with this base template. Now we need to actually import the Angular material modules components. So for our tutorial, in this tutorial we are going to use these 5 types of Angular material components. So basically Angular material component structure is divided into a sub component of individual controls. So if you go to the official side of Angular material, here you can see there is a component tab, and left hand side you can see all the components which will we are going to use listed on the left side of this list. So basically first component we are going to use is Sidenav. So basically here you can find the examples of the Sidenav. So I'm going to use this first basic example. Like if I click on this link, so it will going to open the Sidenav. So Sidenav will contain our sub menus. So to add this container into our project, we just need to copy this HTML. So basically Sidenav will contain 2 parts. There is a main content and Sidenav content. So the Sidenav content will go into the mat drawer. So I'm just copying this all the things from here HTML to our app.html. I am saving this, and apart from that there is some stylings also there. So as of now I am just copying the default styling which will be provided by this Angular material. So I am copying this and I am going to paste here in app.css. So I have pasted here. So with this approach we are good to go, but still this Angular material module is not available into our application. For that I am going to use this that needs to be imported into the app module. But before importing that into an app module, I am just going to define our Angular material module here. So for that I am going to use one Angular command, Angular CLI command. So I am navigating to the source app. So we need to define one module here. So I am using a one Angular command, CLI command, ng generate. So I am using abbreviation G for module. We can use M or we can define entire module name, but I am using abbreviation M and giving this as Angular material. So for that I am just using dry run to see what will be the impact of this command on our project. You can see here it is just creating one Angular material module into a folder, but we don't want any folder, we just want to create directly in app folder that module. So I need to pass again one command here, flat. So basically flat will directly create one module into an app without creating any other further sub folder. So you can see here it is directly creating this Angular module into app. So with that I am good to execute this command. So I am just removing the dry run and pressing the enter key. So you can see our Angular material module present here. So we are good to go here. So basically any Angular material module, we are going to import this module into this module, and this module can be imported by app module. So with this we are just separating the Angular material module into a separate module. So our app module should be clean enough to understand. I'm just including this material module. We need to import some statement here. Import statement. So we need to import the material module here. So I'm just finding that material module / module. So we need to use Angular material here, Angular material module. So with this, so basically as you see we have added here Sidenav. So Sidenav module should be included into our material module. So here I am going to import mat module, Sidenav module. So as we have seen, because we have seen that Sidenav is actually a module, so we need to include this module into our project. So for that I am going to open the VS Code once again. So from @Angular /material /Sidenav. So basically this component arranged with their respective name, so we need to include Sidenav module. So mat Sidenav module. Now we need to provide a specific syntax here. So we need to import this module as well as we need to export that module. So basically one more array is required, export, so that it will be available to all other components. So with that I am going to save this, and let's see how this appear on our screen. So I am going to start the project. It will again take some time. So here it is showing me some error. So basically remove this filler here because we are not going to use this. So I am moving this out. So let's see how it appear on our screen. So you can see it is loaded onto our browser. So for that I am just going to the browser. Now refresh this. So you can see here Sidenav is present. So basically it is not taking the 100% of the width, because we have in styling we have not allowed the width to take the entire section. Basically we are just removing this and we are just cleaning the code present here. Let's go to the browser. So now it is taking the 100% width, but there is no content here, so it is not appearing as good as it should. So basically we need to remove this height and width applied here. So I'm just giving it 100%, and here also I'm giving 100%, and I'm saving the styles. So you can see here it is appeared 100%, and to toggle this I'm just clicking here, so you can see Sidenav content appear here. So by this you can apply the side navigations. So basically we have entered the side navigation. Now we need to enter our menu bar. So for that I'm just stopping the project. Now quickly moving to the official site. So our second component is toolbar. So we need to insert the toolbar. So I'm going to the Angular material site, find the menu bar here. So you can see here tabs, toolbars. Basically you can find the toolbar here. So we are using these toolbars. So you can see there is a different types of toolbars already present. So we are using one of them. So I'm just going to the code here, and we are using this mat toolbar. So I'm going to copy those content, and with that I'm going to our project and going to the app.html, and we need the toolbar should be displayed on the content. So basically this is our purpose. So I'm placing this content here of the mat toolbar, but mat toolbar is not actually part of our module, so we need to include this into our app.module. So with this statement I'm just copying that another import statement from @angular/material/ toolbar, and we need to use a mat toolbar module, and we need to include this into the imports array as well as on exports array. So I have said this. You can see the errors will be gone related to the toolbars, but we are still having error related to mat icon, so that needs to be included as well. For that I'm using again the import statement @angular/material/. So everything is divided into the modules. So any Angular material component you are using, you need to import that module. So it is mat icon module. So just copy this module and add it to the imports and exports array. So with that, if I again go to the app.html, you can see all the errors are gone. One more thing we need to do, that we need to copy the styles here, which will be like this. So I'm just copying this styles into app.css. So it should be looks like what is shown in the demo. So again we need to start our project, view terminal, so because we have changed something in module, that we need to start the project again. So it will take some times. Once it will be loaded into the browser, we will see our menu, header menu, as well as the site content. So with that I'm going to the browser right now, and I'm going to refresh this application. So you can see it is not appearing as shown in the demo. So to see why it is not appearing, so I'm just going to our project. You can see here the content are justified. So with that, I'm just removing this class from here and saving the project. It is reloading now. So you can see now it is appearing much better. So here our site content, our application. We have also removed the border from the example container. And now we want some color for this toolbar. So for that I'm going to our project, going to the app.html, and you can see here we can define the color for the mat toolbar. So here on toolbar I am defining the color as primary, so it will give a nice color to our toolbar. You can see here now this toolbar is appearing on some color, but still these buttons are not looking good because we haven't included the buttons module into our project. For that I'm just going to the my project, going to the material module. We need to include the buttons module as well. Like same, we need to use buttons here and just go to this and change to the mat button module. Yep. So need to include this here as well. With this I have saved the project. Just go to your project, with that you can see now our application header is looking very nice. On click of this Sidenav, we are showing this Sidenav drawer here, but actually we want to replace this Sidenav on click of this button. So for that I am going to the HTML part of it. Here HTML, you can see here there is a drawer. So on click of this you can see find code here. So it is using this click. So drawer is actually nothing but here a declare variable drawer, which is for actually we are calling the method of toggle of the drawer reference. So we need to go here and provide that on this menu button as well. So I'm just adding this here, and we no need to toggle using this button to, so I'm removing this extra button from here. So now our header is complete. Now our header, you can see on click of this we are showing this, and on click we are again hiding this. So with this implementation I think our header part is complete. So as you can see here there is a side nav. We can add some items here. So basically we are going to use some list. So here we have a list. So I'm just going to copy this list into our Sidenav drawer, and to use this we again need to import the list module. So basically we are going to the material module and we need to import angular / material / list and mat list module. So with that we need to import and export array. So we have added this into the imports and exports array. Save this and rerun the project because we have modified the modules. So basically whenever you modify some modules you need to rerun your project. if it is already running. Now you just need to go to the browser, just refresh everything, and you can see nice list present here. So we can assign some of the links or menus here. For that I'm just going to quickly going to the project app.html. So mass list contain our a tag. So we are going to define here some menu like home, like this, and again on click of this we need to close the drawer. So just go to the menu, press on the home. So basically we are going to put instead of that link, so basically our link is not appearing correctly, so instead of link I'm going to use a button tag here. So for that button we are going to use mad button, putting home here, and on click of this we are going to toggle this. So click listener here, and on click of this we need to toggle, we need to close the drawer. Yeah, just save this. Let's see how it will be appear on the screen. So with this it is now looking very nice. So on click of this home button it is going to close. So with this you can define multiple items here, as I have defined home here. You may have in your application different navigations, so that can be easily replaced here. So it is related to about, home, and dashboard, like this. So now if you see on our application, it is going to refresh. You can see nice menu structure appeared here in the left side of our Sidenav. So with that we have completed our header, side navigations, and the main content will be displayed here. So we are not using any routing in this tutorial, but you can see here after this mad drawer content, so you can see our toolbar, and you can see we can define one section here. Section will contain the div right now. So basically you can give this ID as main content, and the content will be displayed here. So basically I'm going to have some dummy text here. So main content will be displayed here. So basically in our future video we are going to replace this main content with some routing or router outlets. So with that I'm going to just do going to the browser. Now it is going to refresh. You can see here there is some content aligned to left. You can give some padding here if you want. Basically to this ID you can assign some content here, assign some styles here, so it will be appeared centrally. So let's see here, you can see that those contents are appear in a center. So basically by using this CSS we are assigning this to the center of the screen. So you can see here the main content appear centrally. So your side nav, your main content and header looks very good right now. So by using this basic template, in next videos we will introduce some routing, so that we will change this main content dynamically on click of this about left side link, and as well as we will see how we are going to use the flex box into our next lecture. So with that I am going to post this code into the GitHub repository, so you can download that repository and use this basic template. So with that I think in next lecture we will explore this template with the flexbox, and we will introduce some of the packages that needs to be installed before using the flexbox into our application. So in the next lecture we will see how we can add the routing into our project, as well as how we can include the flexbox module into our project and how to use the flexbox functionality. So with that, stay tuned to the channel and please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.